Hi, Josh here, normally with the channel ZZZ Giant Awake, but it's Monday, so I'm on the Breakfast Club. So this is going to be one of two videos that I make for today. I'm making an extra video to make up for the one that I missed last week about the three Muslim incidents. The first one is about Ahmed Muhammad, and honestly I think that has been covered multiple times and in multiple ways on this channel and also on each of some of the Breakfast Clubbers' personal channels, such as Steve Shives, and I think he did a fantastic job covering that. So I'm going to kind of pass on that. As far as the Donald Trump saying that, or essentially not correcting one of his questioners who asked a stupid question and insisted that Obama is Muslim, he's not a sophisticated politician by any sense of the imagination, and it doesn't surprise me that he would do something as incompetent as let that comment stand. So what I really wanted to focus on was Ben Carson. Now, Ben Carson seems like this sweet, gentle, nice guy, but honestly, he's just as bad as the rest of the Republican Party. Here's what he said about Muslims and about what he thought about having a Muslim president.
I would not advocate that we put a Muslim in charge of this nation. I absolutely would not agree with that.
Now, when I say that he's like the rest of the candidates, as bad as them, he's also thinking that we should do a flat tax based on biblical standards. And here's a clip of that.
Tell me about your tax plan, because you've talked about tithing. Tithing to me is a flat tax. 10% from whatever you make, 10% goes to the government.
Well, is
this a flat tax plan?
It's a proportional tax. That's what tithing is. You make $10 billion, you pay $1 billion. You make $10, you pay $1.
The most astounding thing is that he doesn't believe in evolution. Now that's fine if he doesn't believe in evolution, but he represents evolution in a dishonest way. I'm not going to show the full video on that, just a small snippet from that. I think that I might cover the full video on my channel at a later point, but here's a snippet of him on evolution.
Did a cone cell, which is sophisticated in and of itself, just kind of sit around for a few million years waiting for a rod cell? And then they sit around waiting for a retinal network? You know, according to the theory, it had to go poof, and there was an eyeball overnight, just like that, because it wouldn't work in any other way. And when you ask the evolutionists about that, they say, well, we don't understand everything.
So his tax policy is just as bad as anybody else's. His understanding of science in general is just as bad as anybody else's. I don't care if he's a doctor. If he doesn't understand science, he's not and he's not going to take an intuitive position on it. I don't care. He's just as bad as the rest of them. And he also is obviously as bad when it comes to religious tolerance. The thing is he also has doubled down, he's tripled down on that statement that he doesn't think that Muslims, or a Muslim, should be president. He says that he doesn't think that a Muslim's belief can coincide with the Constitution. Now, I think that this type of statement actually says more about Ben Carson as a person. I think that he knows that he couldn't separate his religious beliefs from his office. And here's a clip showing that.
Well, let me put it this way. My beliefs certainly inform the way that I do things.
Now, the other thing about it, about him wanting to include his religious beliefs but not anybody else's, is that that's not up to him. It's already in the Constitution. In Section 6, Paragraph 3, it states, "No religious test shall ever be required as qualification to any office or public trust under the United States." As in, he has no ground to stand on any of this. But I also want to emphasize that this is going to be an important vote coming up. And I know it's out a year out, but you've got to take the steps to be in a position to vote and plan on voting. Don't think for a minute that Ben Carson or any of the other candidates are going to be decent. They're all anti-science, they're all pro-life, really anti-choice, and they're all really bad when it comes to their understanding about other religions, especially when it comes to policy in the Middle East. So that's all I've got to say for this video. There should be another video up later on today. Thank you guys.
And I just kind of zoned out. I don't even remember what I was doing, to be honest with you. And, you know, it's like trying to untangle a bowl of spaghetti.